you get these weekly things, and I always just like look your page. I'm like, holy shit! Here goes the Chris Cortazzo chapter. Let's see what your top one is currently right now. 75 million, or you can rent it for 200,000 a month. Oh, that's a steal.
That is a steal, by the way.
Shut the up,
It
Chris.
is
200,000 a month. Look at how many pages you are. Good God, you have so much real estate.
Tosh Show. Tosh Show. Tosh Show for show.
Welcome to Tosh Show. I'm Daniel, and I'm a Toshaholic.
Hi,
Daniel.
Eddie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, man, I tell you what, I'm getting ready for the Civil War.
Whew. Yeah.
I cannot wait. I don't know which side I'm going to fight on yet. I'm undecided. I know who I voted for, but as far as the Civil War part of this goes, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what side I'm going to fight on. I might put a Trump sign in my front yard after the election and just hope that lets people know to pass on by.
Yeah.
The bubble I live in. Let me say something about this bubble, too. Hey, we talk about Malibu a lot, and today's a very exciting day for me. Before I lived in Malibu in Los Angeles, I lived down in South Bay, and that's like a little slice of Orange County in LA County. I was living there when I started doing Tosh.0, and then one night, a girl came to my house, knocked on the door. I didn't know who it was. I looked outside. I didn't open it. And, the houses, they're all right next to each other. I had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, a 25-foot by 100-foot lot. Give you an idea of this, small land. They just put these tall, skinny homes right next to each other. Anyway, I'm at that house, and I look out the window, and I see this girl, and she's got a bag of stuff. It's late at night. I have no idea who it is, so I don't open it. And eventually, I call the police, and they say that she met me 6 years ago and said that I needed to be here on this night with these things in her bag. At that point, they kind of stopped talking. They're like, listen, this person is needs mental help. We'll get rid of her for you. And I'm like, okay. But at that point, I was like, oh, I got to fucking move. And people always think Malibu's so expensive. But the reality is where I lived was expensive. Look at prices for homes in Manhattan Beach. It's ridiculous. So one day, a friend of mine was like, hey, I didn't know this real estate agent. Why don't you go look in Malibu? You like surfing? The waves are so much better up there. I live down in South Bay. There's some good left point breaks, but I'm a natural foot. I wanted right point breaks. Never mind. You don't care about that. Anyway, so we start looking at Malibu. Next thing I know, I'm looking at an acre of property. And I'm not talking about the cool area of Malibu right on the beach. I'm talking about further west. And, there's farmlands. And all of a sudden you're getting a home with a guest house and a pool. And I'll be honest with you, it was like $2 million. Ocean views. I'm like, this is incredible. Now, this is back in 2009, maybe 2010. All of a sudden, I'm like, hold on. Why don't I just build a house out here? Just get some old tear down. That seems like a genius idea. And that's what I did. And that's how I ended up here. Now, was it a huge mistake? Absolutely. Took me 8 years to build a house, and then it burnt down. But whatever. Hindsight is 2020. I'm here and I'm happy. I love the beach. Eddie, he's still down in South Bay. I miss him every day. But, that's all right. His kids are almost out of the house. Once he's an empty nester, I'm sure him and his wife, maybe they end up downsizing and get a houseboat. Come dock near my near
watch
my
you
place.
surf.
Well, we spend more time together, play Monopoly Deal at night, maybe a Rummy Cub or what's the game that I have to play a lot now? It's like Guess Who, but it's not Guess Who. You have to connect the words that are on this, like you put these cards out and you have to say one word and your partner has to guess what.
Code names.
Oh, I'm playing so much code names now. I kind of like it. I have a little thing that infuriates my wife when we play code names. You're always allowed to guess one extra than during your turn. And I will always just guess one extra just randomly based off nothing. I'll just point and pick another card. And sometimes it's the assassin and the game is over right then. It's just everybody's mad. But it's just a fun way to play the game. I always pick one extra. Hey, that's Codenames. That's a free plug right there. Anyway, Codenames, I don't know if you're a sponsor, but you sure as shit should be, because you're part of my life at least once a week. Anyway, what are we talking about? Oh, why I moved to Malibu. Okay, well, today's guest, the king of Malibu in my book, and I'm excited. Oh, I've had a man crush on this guy for over 15 years. Enjoy.
Tosh Show.
My guest today was the #1 real estate agent in the world for over a decade. Now, I didn't verify that, but if you have millions of dollars burning a hole in your pocket and are looking to purchase a teardown in Malibu, today's guest is your man. He's closed over $10 billion in sales. That's billion. Working discreetly with more celebrities than a luxury addiction treatment center. And if you're wondering how we got him, well, he lives and works down the street from me. Kindly take your shoes off at the door as I welcome into the Tosh Show open house, Chris Cortazzo. Chris.
Hello, Daniel.
By the way, I always feel like real estate agents lie. That's
I don't lie.
No. A lie about I was the #1. But you legitimately were the #1 real estate agent in the world.
Well, I was with Coldwell Banker for 12 years. I was #1 out of 93,000 agents within the Coldwell Banker family, nationally and internationally. I don't think it's ever.
It doesn't matter. It's still such an absurd number. By the way, 10 billion.
It's a lot of work. 7 days a week.
I believe it. I know who you
Every
are.
day.
I see you. I see your car. I see you. By the way, who puts a fucking baby on board sticker on a goddamn Rolls Royce? The fuck's wrong with you?
Gotta make it a little bit better so it's not so obnoxious.
You don't have to worry about it because I had on Chandler Parsons, and he had his NBA basketball career destroyed when he was T-boned in his Rolls Royce. But they said had he not been in a Rolls Royce, he'd have been dead.
Well, that's why I got it. It's so darn safe.
Oh, it's a tank.
I know.
All right, hey, let's get back on.
He's a great guy, by the way.
Do you know? Okay, have you sold him something?
Yeah, a few things.
Have you?
Yeah. I love Chandler.
Ah, good for you, Chris. God damn it. You have so many clients. And you do have to understand this. I don't have celebrities on my show, but you're my celebrity because your world is what I'm fascinated. I would never want to do what you do because I understand that you work constantly. I also understand that you have to be nice to everybody in the community, and everybody in the community is not a great person. So that blows my mind how you pull that off. Everywhere you go, everybody comes up to you to talk, and you're just always like, you have to just be on. And I don't know how you do it. That's just maddening to me.
It's a lot. After the end of the day, you're tired.
Oh,
That's why I love my ranch property in northern Malibu, because it's so silent and no one could get in, and you're at peace.
good for you. I mean, you're on
Although with a 3 and a 5-year-old, I don't know how much peace there is now, but
honestly, how many hours are you working? You have to have slowed down a little bit because you have children now.
Right.
But prior to that, let's say that 10-year
I was working
run,
like 14 hours a day.
every 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
They
believe
would
it.
call me on Christmas time.
Ugh. All right. My first question I ask all my guests: do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, yes. I saw one as a child.
Oh,
For sure. Yes, at my grandma and great aunt's house. I was downstairs and he passed away in this room, my great aunt's husband. And I woke up and literally screamed because I saw this whole floating ghost-like thing coming towards me.
Wait, you said you woke up.
Well, I was awake and I saw this thing coming towards me. I screamed, would not go back in the room. My dad slept there the next night. I saw the same thing.
Your dad was trying to make you feel good. Now, professionally, realtors have to disclose if someone dies in a home. Is that because of some old law that we believe spirits are still in the house?
I don't know where that comes from, but I think it's if someone is not murdered or a suicide or something like that, I think it could be a beautiful thing if you die in your home because you obviously love your home and that's where you want to leave your body.
But why do
I
we?
think could be a positive thing.
Why do we have to disclose it?
Because I think it's important for people to know. People
Why?
always ask if someone, I said, oh, the seller passed away. They always ask, did they pass away in this home?
Well, I know, but I mean, legally, to tell somebody like that, that's basically saying that we believe there are spirits. Maybe
Perhaps.
Maybe now I have to change my opinion. What was childhood like growing up in Malibu?
Absolutely heaven. There was no fences. We had big kick-to-can games, and we'd all run through the canyons, all through these Scooby trails, and it was just divine. We'd walk to school.
I walked my kid to school.
I know, but by ourselves. Like, we would walk to school.
Well, he's 5. He barely can get there on his own.
I know, but that was just a different time.
Uh-huh. Are you going to be one of these people, like when I was a kid, life was so much better?
No, I think
Okay.
it changes. I mean, my God, we didn't have a lot of money growing up. So, I mean,
That confuses people. So you grew up in Malibu and you say you didn't have a lot of money. People don't realize that there are parts of Malibu that aren't just uber wealthy people. And back then it didn't necessarily mean uber wealthy.
no way. My dad was a fireman. We cut out coupons. We drove old Falcon station wagons because that's what we could afford. We went out to dinner maybe once every 2 months. My brother and I would split a root beer. We didn't have any extra funds.
What's your childhood home cost?
My parents,
Like, well, I mean, just ish.
I know, but
ish.
they bought the land for $11,000 in 1960. My dad built our house in 1966, the year I was born, and now it's probably worth 25, 30
That's million.
million. Yeah,
Yeah.
not a bad investment.
When did you come out to your family?
27.
You were 27 years old?
Yeah,
Did they have any inclination?
they probably had an idea, but my parents were so cool. I was hanging out with her Brits. My mom was in Canada taking care of my beautiful grandmother.
Uh-huh.
And she goes, Chris, I know Herb's a gay man and you're spending a lot of time with him. And I said, I'm enjoying myself and I find him fascinating. They said, as long as you're happy, we're happy. I mean, that's the way it should be.
Well, of course, but I mean, but it wasn't until 27, or were you hiding it?
I think there's always curiosity, but I had the most beautiful, spectacular girlfriends. I was engaged to this gorgeous Australian girl and I had a great life, but it was interesting. I was with her and I saw these two guys holding hands
Uh-huh.
on the street in Oxford Street in Sydney, Australia. And I was like, ugh, but I thought, you know what? Chris Cortazzo is not a lie. You can't live this life as a lie. And then Herb was I dilly-dallied with men before, but then that was my first open relationship. And that hit Malibu by a storm because I was a beach lifeguard,
Mm-hmm.
had all these great girlfriends. And that, don't forget, that was like 92. That was a different era.
Well, here's what
I mean, it was crazy.
I'm
but
so curious about.
I always stood up to what I believe in.
I read an article that you were featured in decade ago because I knew you as a gay man, very successful real
Right.
estate agent to the stars. But there's something in the article that struck me. It was like your support of your mother your whole life. She was just like, let you do whatever you wanted. It just supported you. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. But in my head, I had pictured you out much younger. And I was curious as someone who grew up in a horrible, poor Florida town. And I was like, oh, I wonder how different it is growing up in Malibu where people open then, but you're saying,
No.
not so much.
And all my friends, and it was like, Cortazzo's gay. And I was like, I'm traveling the world with Cindy Crawford and, Claudia Schiffer. And every day with Herb was a different, incredible experience.
So you've had sex with women.
Oh, yeah.
Lots?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember the last time you had sex with a woman?
Yes.
The very last time?
Mhm.
You can remember it vividly?
Oh, yeah.
How long ago was it?
Probably 3 weeks ago. I'm kidding.
So mad at you. Oh, by the way, so you were a lifeguard. I knew you were a lifeguard. What other jobs did you have before you became
I was a massage therapist.
Oh, sexy.
Yeah. Which it makes sense though, because I'm I'm always hugging and I'm just an outgoing guy.
You still give a good rub if you need to?
Yeah.
Huh.
Whatever it takes.
Oh. Clients are asking?
I'm kidding.
How'd you get into real estate in the first place?
I was working with Herb Ritz and he was shooting every celebrity and every wealthy person at the time. And on the shoots, they would say, oh, you're born and raised in Malibu. And I say, yes. And they say, where should I buy? And I'd say, well, what are you looking for? Because I know every aspect of Malibu. After that, I started putting 2 and 2 together. And I was like, I'm going to sell real estate. And my first sale was to Richard Gere.
Your first sale was to Richard Gere.
Yeah. $5 million at the time, which probably today is like a $75 million sale.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What's
That was
Richard
good.
up to these days?
He's remarried.
Huh? Good for him.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get remarried. How the real estate exam? How often do you have to take it? Just one time?
Yeah, but then you have to do refresher courses every 4 years.
How'd you do on your exam? The first time you took it?
Failed it 3 times. Disaster.
Yet all these girls that retire from bottle service at nightclubs tend to breeze through it.
No, I panic. A multiple choice test.
Good for you.
There's always 2, and I picked the wrong one.
So you failed 3 times. You became an agent, and then
I never gave up. I don't give up on anything.
You sell outside of Malibu?
Yeah, of course. I have something on the Palisades for $37 million on Amalfi. Amazing house. Celebrity-owned house. And I just got the listing. I've sold properties all over.
Okay, but LA is okay. So LA is how far? You don't go down to Orange County at all?
Oh, no.
You ever fuck with duplexes? That's just a fun thing to say.
We don't have many duplexes.
There's no
here.
What's the fastest you've ever, like somebody's walked in and bought and closed a house? Can you like turn around like no contingencies? Here's the money, cash.
No, because that's so dangerous because you have to review the title report.
Okay, but so what's the fastest you've ever done? A week?
Yeah, a week, I would say.
I'm going to retell a story. I wanted to go into your house, and you let my wife and I walk around your house.
Mm-hmm.
And then just casually, when we were leaving, you're like, I'll sell it to you for 22. This is a decade ago.
Really?
That's what you said. You go, do you want it? I'll sell it to you for 22. And I was like, where did you even come up with that number?
You should have bought it then because now I want 37.
I couldn't have. I didn't want it. By the way, a lot of naked women, African women, art in your place.
I love Africa. It's one of my favorite places to travel to.
Mm-hmm.
I have a really good photography collection.
Yeah, that's pretty.
But you notice that everything is like lines and shapes and...
I didn't notice that. I don't have a great eye for that stuff. But what I did notice is that it was beautiful. And then I noticed that a lot of your frames had like necklaces draped over them.
Yeah, everywhere I travel in Africa or wherever, I get necklaces and I put it all over the picture frames. Good memory. I'm very impressed.
Oh,
so you have a memory too.
Yeah, but mine's useless. You know, it's meant for stupid stuff. How many NDAs have you had to sign in your life?
Hundreds.
You've just seen horrible shit too, haven't you?
You see it all.
What's the least expensive piece of real estate you've ever sold?
Probably 700,000, maybe.
That's 700,000. That's the least expensive. All right.
I would say.
When's the last time you've had to open up a whole house and do turning all the lights on, opening the doors? Do you do any of that stuff anymore? Or is that all beneath you?
No, that's usually, it's not, nothing's beneath me. I will pick up a leaf or trash on the cigarette butt on PCH. I will do whatever it takes. I'm still the same guy. I'm not above anything. Whatever it takes.
You do those dumb open houses? You don't ever have like themes?
I don't do open houses, but the great thing is with my staff, because I have so much of the inventory in Malibu, they all prepare, because usually if someone's coming in, they're going to see the whole series from one end of Malibu to the next. And all my assistants are going ahead and prepare the next house. So I don't usually go in and prepare a house because time is so important.
Forget that. But do you have a party? Like, do you do that type of thing for open house?
No.
Just show the house?
I just show the house.
Food? Drinks? None of that?
No.
Good for you.
Because you know what? I mean, if agents are coming to get free food, they're not going to be selling the house. Like, we don't have time. Top agents we're busy.
How big's your team now?
16 maybe, 14 to 16.
Are you rarely at your open houses or is it just your team now?
Not on weekends. I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But if the client wants open houses, all my assistants are there doing it. They're all licensed, amazing, qualified. A lot of them born and raised in Malibu.
Is there heavy turnover? I mean, because are they always looking like, don't they want to be the next Chris Cortazzo? Or no? Are they happy being on a great team?
I had one assistant, such a great guy. And he looked at me with all what I've created financially and everything. He goes, I would never want to be you because no one wants to put in the hours or the stress.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
I don't want to be you, but I like to see you.
I don't even want to be me right now.
Oh.
I work too hard.
I watched you one time I was in one of my neighbor's houses that was for sale. And I watched, it just had come on the market. And I watched you preview it. I've never seen a human walk through a house so quickly. Just like Jake taking inventory of what it was. Got it. Thanks. Out. That's just what you do.
I'm like elephant when it comes to a house. Floor plans, everything. I just need to see it real quick and I'm done.
What about your math? Are you one of those wizards with math where I tell you it's 8,000 square feet and I want 25 million? What's that per square foot?
You know what? Per square foot in Malibu is almost impossible.
Okay.
You can't do it.
It doesn't matter?
It's really hard because one property could have a view, one could be on the bluff, one could be on the other side of the street. It's too hard.
That one bedroom on Cliffside, do you sell it for 15 million?
I did.
Good for you.
Yeah.
15 million, one bedroom. Now it's for rent as a 2-bedroom. Yeah, good for them for putting a wall up.
I love when I go against other people and they said, you'll never get this price. I've changed the price points in Malibu. Sorry for buyers, but I've really raised prices in Malibu because I believe so strongly in it.
Explain to me, the whole world is focused now on this lawsuit that has changed the game for agents. Give me a brief rundown of what happens now. It used to be the seller would sell a house and that they would put up 3% or 6% that you would split between.
Yeah, it's 5 or 6%.
Okay. And
now it's the same thing, but you cannot list the compensation for the buyer's agent in the multiple listing service. But the agents call and say, is there compensation for me? And I say, all my listings have compensation and this is what it is. So it's business as usual.
Should we negotiate with agents when we're selling a house? Should we say, hey, can I get a deal?
Why?
I don't know.
That's a horrible idea.
Are people trying to save money?
It's a horrible idea.
Doesn't it change with like now that everybody has their smartphones and they can look up everything on their own?
I know, but there's so much more to selling real estate than just that. You want proper representation and you want to be educated on the market. You just can't come into Malibu.
You don't have to sell me on this.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just going to
say, because so many times, especially in this area, so many houses are off market. And people don't even know about them. They're not on the MLS.
I know, but that's why I have a lot of pocket listings.
How many pocket listings do you have?
A lot.
Do some of these Malabamians, do they hate you?
No, they love me because when they want to sell it, they're delighted.
Listen, I have a neighbor that I would do anything if you could pull it off to make them sell and leave. Oh, we have such an awful relationship.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's just horrible. They won't even look me in the eye. My kids will walk by. They're just
You know what? I think you're talking about my aunt.
Oh, is it really your aunt? I would love it. Well, if I could find an inn to bridge the gap. I've tried so many times to be like, I go to bed at 9 o'clock. I'm like a dream neighbor, but they're just one of these people that calls the city every fucking day for something in the neighborhood, not just me.
That's too bad.
You ever advertise on a shopping cart in pavilions?
Never.
Does that even work?
I have no idea. Would you die if you saw my name?
I think it's funny.
I think I might just do it for you.
I like it. How come real estate ads always have to have the realtor's face on it?
Well, I think you want that facial recognition. But now in Malibu, I know most people, so.
You have a handyman that's amazing. I need a recommendation, like just a guy that can do anything and will get it done.
Yeah.
I need a great handyman.
Ask me for anything. I know all that
I know. Well, that's what I just asked you. Right now.
I don't have my phone.
Fine.
I turned it off, which is a shocker.
This is what I want to do.
Right.
At the end of this, I want you to turn your phone on and I want you to tell me how many text and phone calls you missed in the length of this interview. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be huge.
Now you're making me nervous.
It's so stressful.
I know.
What you do. It's so stressful. You go to the bathroom in your listings a lot? Poop. You poop
Never.
You've never pooped in your listings?
I would rather kill myself.
Well,
no.
That's such an extreme.
No, that's so private for me.
All right, well, then you've got amazing bowel control. But where do you draw the line? Because you're allowed to use the bathroom.
Of course. I know.
You ever had sex in one of your listings? Are you allowed to?
No.
Why are you not allowed to have sex in their bed? You're allowed to use their bathroom. Why can't you use their bed? What's the best way to lowball?
It depends on the market. If it's a tough market, what you might consider a lowball might be accepted. You don't know.
Is writing a letter worth it or no?
Yes.
I just recently tried it. Wrote a letter and put in a lowball on a property up in Tahoe, and they're like, "Yeah, we got a higher offer. Thank you."
I think it helps. I wrote a letter when I bought my place in Tennessee, and there was 2 graves on the property from the previous owners. And I wrote a beautiful letter saying I'd be honored that they would be there to be the guardians of blah, 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 blah. And I really meant it. And every time I go there, their graves are there. And we put flowers beside them and honor them.
You don't yell at your staff, why haven't you dug these up yet?
Is there a Rolex watch down there?
What if there was? Oh, man. I couldn't resist. How many properties do you own? You say that number? You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
A lot.
Over a dozen?
Oh, yeah.
Over 50?
No.
Under 50, over a dozen. That's fair.
Yeah.
How many outside of the state?
Uh,
I can see your fingers.
5.
Okay. How many acres in Tennessee?
150. And do you know what it's called? It's
No.
so great. Obviously, my name's Christopher, and it's 100-acre woods after Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that great?
I like it.
I love it.
I love Winnie the Pooh. Have you ever been to Dollywood?
Never.
You've got to go. It's so great.
Ever.
Bring your kids. They'll freak. It's so fun.
Isn't Dolly the best?
Oh, she's great.
I have a Dolly story. When I was with Herb and she ordered like mashed potatoes and mac and cheese, and she just would take a bite of each. So she got to enjoy it, but wouldn't eat the rest. I mean, she's fabulous.
Oh, that's really funny.
She still gets to enjoy it. And
She's
doesn't
got
have
a figure to
indulge.
watch. You have tons of celebrity clients, almost exclusively. Now, where would I fall on the celebrity scale?
You're kind of a fascinating person to me because I never thought you actually liked me. So you were kind of like larger than life to me. I guess there's a little insecurity on my side. So I think you're like supersede celebrity because you're kind of like this anomaly to me.
Wait, did you say Super C?
Supersede.
Oh, that's way better than a Super C.
Yeah, maybe a C minus. So I was really touched that you wanted me to be on the show because I never thought you liked me. So you kind of like, you're a little beyond celebrity to me.
That's nonsense. But you know
It's
what?
not nonsense.
That just means I'm putting off negative energy, which I've been accused of.
No, but no,
for
because
you to feel that.
No, it's a cool factor.
Oh, brother.
It is. It
All
is.
right.
There's somewhat of a cool factor there.
Well, Chris, I'm glad we put that to rest. Because people sometimes, when they see a celebrity, they recognize them and they kind of like are nervous, and so they won't talk to them. Or they just like, oh, I'm going to give them their space and let me do the thing. When people see you, everyone almost feels entitled to go talk to you.
Right.
And that's where I'm like, it's
Even
so
with my
grueling.
earbuds in, they still will just wait around for me to hang up my call.
No, I watch it from afar. I think that's also what I find fascinating because I'm like, I just couldn't imagine having to be on that much.
But that's only but the great thing is it's Malibu.
Yeah, that's
so
where
if I
you
go to
live.
Tennessee or wherever I go, no one knows who I'm at.
I'm going to change that because I got a huge following outside of Chattanooga.
But do you get noticed when you go out of places?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. But not like by the people I want to be noticed. It's usually like some weirdo that's bagging my groceries going, "What's up, Tosh?" And I'm like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Malibu, it used to say 26 miles. Now it's 23 miles. I don't give a shit of why that changed. But the danger of the highway, of people getting killed, there's always signs like 61 people since 2010 or something. I don't know what. Do you have a way to fix the PCH to make it safer?
I don't know how you do it.
I do.
How?
The thing is, it's a highway, okay? And the city is a tourist destination.
Mm-hmm.
So you have, the two don't go together. So you just have to say, well, if we actually care about people dying on the PZ, if we really want to stop it, then we can't have 55-mile-an-hour zones anywhere.
Right.
And you can't allow parking anywhere. People slamming on their brakes to back into a spot is absurd on a highway. I mean, imagine driving down a highway and somebody in front of you is going backwards towards you. That's obscene. So you have to...
Well, especially the summer traffic is
You have to eliminate...
beyond crazy.
You can't allow people to park on the side of the highway, and you have to lower the speed limit to 35 and just be like, fuck it. If you want people to not die.
I know, but can you imagine going 30 miles an hour to Santa Monica? We would all kill ourselves.
Because you and I are the only geniuses that figured out living here and working here is the right move. All these people that commute.
30 miles per hour. Oh my goody God.
Yeah.
That would be shocking.
All right. Well,
then you would have road rage and it would be like millions more.
I don't get
dead.
road rage. I used to, and now I don't. Do you want to know how I eliminated it?
How?
I just assume that everybody that's driving around me that's frantic is about to shit themselves, and they have to get somewhere. So I'm like, let them go. Don't get upset.
What happens when you have to go pee in the car?
Me?
Do you bring a cup?
No. What? This is Bring a cup. I can pee. I can just go outside of my car.
I have a question for you. Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, ask me anything, Chris.
Where would you live besides Malibu?
I think I have to go, I don't know, south of France on the coast, Atlantic coast,
Right.
maybe. I have to be able to surf. My whole fucking life has been ruined by surfing. I could live in Mexico.
Could you?
Probably. I could. Not with my wife. That's, I don't know. I love the mountains too.
Yeah.
I live in Tahoe a lot.
Do you have a home up there too?
What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's why I live in Tahoe, because I feel like I'm in a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Isn't it the greatest?
But I have to be in cold because I grew up in Florida. So if I'm not near snow, I feel like this isn't real Christmas.
Where are you going to be for Thanksgiving?
Hawaii, Maui. I have to work.
Oh, you do?
Great shows. Tickets still available. When's the next housing crash coming? It's coming, right?
You know what though? I think Malibu is such a good investment because there's a lot more crime in town. And I just feel that Malibu, I don't know if we're going to have a crash. It's slowed down for sure. I think everyone's apprehensive.
You think it's completely bulletproof? Wildfires?
No, I mean, an earthquake could be monumental, a bad one.
Where
were you at the earthquake?
Living room? My living room. Started watching it, feeling it just recently. I go, oh, here we go.
I know my
Grabbed the
son
kid.
was in my arm and I was like, he goes, Papa. And I go, oh, we're dancing. And he goes, not funny, Papa.
Oh, he got scared.
Terrified.
Oh, my kid didn't get scared.
Really? No, he did not like it. But then, you get all those alerts on the phone.
I got the alert during the shaking.
Know.
I'm like, this is useless.
It was planned for sure.
Oh, no. Oh, you're a big conspiracy nut, aren't you?
Love conspiracy theories.
Oh, you're so,
Love. I go down every rabbit hole.
How you handling the knucklehead Cheryl Hines' husband?
I love Bobby Kennedy.
Endorsing Trump.
I love Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah, endorsing Trump.
I think he's amazing.
Oh, you're nuts.
I sold him 3 homes.
I'm
He's
sure
lovely.
you do. It doesn't matter if you sold him a home.
It doesn't matter. I like him. I think he's a great guy.
I think he's nice too, but I know that he's a knucklehead. There's two things, and
where'd you get knucklehead from?
I don't know. It's just a nice way of saying a fucking lunatic. No. You used to have, and I don't know if you still do, but I used to take pride that I did, in fact, get a few invites. The most popular Halloween parties.
I know.
Was it debauchery? Was it sex? I always assumed it was sex.
No.
Was it sexy?
Sexy. I had the go-go dancers from the Abbey, the hottest guys, the hottest girls.
But it was hard to get into this party. I mean, you had to be invited for sure.
Oh, you had to be invited. However, at the end, it was like 550 people. It was, I have to say, it was the party in Malibu. But I got too concerned with liability, even though we had limos taking people back in Malibu. We did everything we could. I just didn't want the responsibility.
So you stopped?
Yeah.
How long ago did you stop?
A couple of years ago. They were brilliant.
I knew they were. I used to even say, like, and you're like, oh, I'll make sure you have your email. I'll make sure you're invited. I was like, good. But I wouldn't go, but I just like to know.
Why didn't you want to go?
I don't do things. I never do.
Are you shy?
What's shy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shy.
No, you're not.
Sure.
In social situations, are you shy?
Yeah, I don't like to go out. The only thing that's broken me out of my shell is having stupid kids. It's like now I'm forced to hang out with all my wife's friends' husbands, and I have to act like, oh yeah, all right, this is a good time.
How old are your kids now?
5 and 1.5. What are you? 5 and
3 and 5.
3 and 5.
Oh my God, are we going to be forced to hang out with each other?
Probably. I mean, I see you at the farm.
Yeah, I know.
Those are the things that I do.
That's what my life has been reduced to? Jesus.
The farm.
No, you.
Oh, by the way, are you happy with your current situation of you have 2 children and you're not co-parenting with anyone?
No, I might have my own journey, which I love.
If I could somehow void out. The problem is my wife is so much smarter than me, so I love that the kids are getting that perspective.
Who's more strict?
Me.
I know, I'm pretty strict.
What's your help situation? Because I've counted at least 3 nannies in your world. Is there more?
No. Well, we have revolving. No, I'm not. I don't lie. I don't lie. We have revolving on the weekends. I have 2 now. Help because all of a sudden I could get called into work and I'm running.
I understand the complexity of not wanting to be with your kids.
I actually really want to be with them the whole time.
That's good. All right, but anyway, so the numbers between
it's
2 and 3.
Right now, but I get them. My children, they sleep in my bed every night And
Well, that's not good. You got to get them out of your. They have
no
to have their own
way.
room.
No. Totally different parenting. No. So they're in bed. So I have them from 8 to 8 every night, right in my arms, sandwiched.
8 to 8. But what about
And
the,
it's
what about the
so
other?
fun.
What about the other 12 hours? You see them then?
Oh yeah, they come home and I'm doing drop-offs or pickup from school.
Mm-hmm. Your kids go to probably some fancy private school. Now my kids, public. Oh, I love it.
No, they're in preschool, so they're in
Okay.
preschool, but they will go to a public school.
Oh, they will.
Oh God, yeah.
Good for you. I didn't
Yes.
see that coming, Chris.
Are you kidding me? I'm homegrown Malibu.
Oh, fuck off. You're a
Seriously.
bill- I mean, I would love right now for you to be straight up honest and tell me the exact number that you're worth, because I bet it's fucking huge. God damn it, it's huge.
But you know what's so weird? I don't. It just didn't come from money, so I don't feel like I ever have it. Like it's bizarre.
And you'll buy real estate, but you're kind of frugal when it comes to just like other random
Do you know
stuff.
what I want? I tell my business manager, can I please have a hot and cold plunge pool outside my Bali house? He's like, it's not in the budget right now. Like
Oh, what kind of business manager do you have?
a smart one because
Oh,
we
man.
have so many properties. There's a lot of expenses, but I still value money and I can't believe I could buy an iced oat latte every day
Mm-hmm.
from Cafe La Plage, which is like $10 with the tip. Ugh,
You always hit tip on the iPad screen.
always.
No matter what you've purchased, they hand you a muffin and you give them an extra $1.50.
I call it in. I say, I always add 20%.
I do too. I call it in too and say, add the tip.
Yeah.
I tip everywhere.
I do too.
I can't. That's the one thing I do. You tip at housekeeping and hotels.
Oh, yeah. And I
Okay.
write a note.
You write a note?
Yes.
Oh, you one up me so bad.
No, you have
Good
to.
for
Just
you.
say, I so appreciate how beautiful the room is and have a blessed day.
I don't do the blessed
With my
day
name.
part. Okay.
Hey, Chris,
yes.
You got an AirPod coming out of your pocket?
You got an AirPod coming out of your pocket. There you go. It's not even. It's a cord. You know why it's a cord? Because he's fucking a conspiracy nut.
Of course.
That believes the Bluetooth is doing radiation to
Are
his
you
brain.
kidding me? I wouldn't touch that for nothing.
Oh man. I love that you're as crazy as you are.
Oh, I'm a nutter.
Everybody that's been on this show, and I know you're a huge fan because you watched one episode as you were
Huge fan.
previewing a house today. I give them a gift, just something from my house. It's just literally my way of getting rid of stuff. And to give you stuff is the best because I know you won't take it, but I'm still going to give it to you. So this, I didn't want anymore. It's for your kids. It's a city. It's a rug that goes in your kids' room. And then
I think
they
this
can-
is great.
they
We can
can-
put it in the playroom.
Yep, they can learn about which areas they should live in, and you can like defund the police and certain, I don't know, what they want to do. But I get rid of this. This is out of my house now. I'm so sick of it. So that's going to be for your kids there.
That is really
This
great.
is all my beach keys that I kept over the years.
That is actually spectacular.
So
Now we have the fobs.
I know. But the old days, you had the beach keys to get down to the beach. Now, I want people to know it's in Malibu. There's certain areas where the beaches are not private, but maybe the easement to get down to the beach is private.
And it's harder to get to.
Yes, yeah, especially at high tides, possibly impossible. Now, what value did beach keys give to houses
I would say today, $1.5 million to $2 million.
per key? Look at that, huh? Oh,
We might just be able to retire.
Get this off my desk. Here, I'll push this down over there. Yeah, it's fine. Just shove it off. It'll be fine. Okay. But that needs to go too. But don't shove it off. If you set that down, it's your gift.
Yes.
I'm gonna carry that home for you. All right, I want to talk about reality television because I do love watching it. I saw you occasionally pop up on $1 Million Listing.
Right.
I'm guessing that those people have approached you in the past. Is it bullshit? Are they producing the numbers they're saying they're producing? Or is it just eye candy, the shows?
I think the shows are really entertaining, although I never watch them. I don't even watch myself when I do these things.
You're telling me that you've never watched Selling Sunset?
Not
Oh, you
once.
got to watch it.
Really?
It's just absurd. First of all,
I've never watched it.
Selling Sunset's barely about real estate. It's just about these outfits, these wardrobes that they wear that's just so ridiculous, and it's just drama. So you don't want to do a reality show about Chris Cortazzo.
I don't have time.
I know, but what if they said we would work around your schedule?
You can't. You have to do it like 3 days a week.
Fine. What if they said we'll do it 2 days a week? You think Kim Kardashian doesn't control
Maybe
all-
one day. Maybe one day.
All
But
right.
I'd rather make the money.
What's the hardest part for you?
I love being a papa, and I love, like, I want to spend like 24 hours a day with him.
Well, then, I mean, excuse me for being blunt, then fucking do it.
I'm trying to sell some of my holdings.
You don't.
I'm making the moves.
Are you prepared to stop being the version of yourself that
Of
you were?
course.
You are.
Yeah,
Are you comfortable completely walking away from it?
100%.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
People say that about me, like you couldn't stop doing comedy. I'm like, oh, yes, I could.
I could.
I could stop everything.
You know, we've done it. Look at your career.
Oh
It's
man,
amazing.
look at it.
It's amazing. Seriously.
From Florida trash to Malibu. All right, Chris, turn on your phone. Tell me how many calls you've missed, and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, best friends forever.
Yes.
All right, let's see this. I want to see this number. Oh, look at this. Here's a perfect thing. Chris comes over here with 2 phones. That's how you. Oh my God, look how many cards you have in the back of that thing. Jesus.
So
I just saw 61 text. Hold on. Is it going up?
64.
64. Wow. Holy shit, Chris.
It's a shocker.
That's fucking so
It's a
stupid. Hold on,
shocker.
let me text her. 96 on that one. 96.
This is my life. Now you know my life with Chris Cortazzo.
No, I knew it. I knew it before.
It is
I talk
shocking.
Whatever. I picked comedy. You picked fucking selling billionaires fucking crazy homes. It's your problem.
Tosh Show.
I want to thank Chris for being on the show. I mean, talk about a rags to riches story. Although the rags weren't like complete rags. It was still, Malibu life. But, I mean, good grief. I know it's infuriating for some people to listen to it, but I just love him. I mean, just so excited. I just love how he was like, oh, what am I going to do with my life? Oh, maybe I'll become a real estate agent. Oh, maybe I'll become the best real estate agent in the world. That's fascinating. How in the world does that happen? Pretty good, huh? People talk about the American dream being dead. I say nay. Not dead, alive and well. Sure, Chris is a conspiracy nut, but, put that aside. You guys just delightful to be around. Eddie, you still hyped up back there?
Not really.
No, you know what you need? A Tosh Show t-shirt. Huh? No? See, that's the thing. Throwing a t-shirt to somebody, that used to get people so excited. But, it's been a while. The t-shirt cannon, how long has that been out? 20 years? They need to up their game. You want me to scream, a t-shirt's not going to do it. You throw a shacket my way, and I'll fucking stand and cheer the entire fourth quarter. That's a fact. By the way, head on over now to toshshowstore.com and get yourself some fresh new merch. Every purchase comes with a couple tickles. That's a pretty good deal. You know what else I want to plug? This is exciting. Did you guys see Tony, who fixed my Subaru 360 sandbar, little minivan thing? He did an episode on it. It's available. You go check it out on his YouTube channel called Stay Tuned. I think it came out a few weeks ago, but I watched it because it was about my van. And they all made fun of my van. I knew they would. They were curious how I get into that thing. It's tricky. It's not easy, but I can get in. You slouch a little bit. You can always, you don't have to sit up straight. You slouch like this. You lean over. You do your driving. I'm not doing road trips. I'm just going around the neighborhood and honking at people. Anyway, what other plugs we got? Boyswearpink.com. Check that out. EddieGossling.com. Check out his tour dates. DanielTosh.com. Check out my tour dates. Come see Carl and I. We're going to be in New Orleans. We're going to be in Hawaii. We're going to be in Reno. We're going to be in Washington. We're going to do a whole big tour next year, buddy. You ready for that? Gas up the bus. Now it's time for Free Plug. Hit the music.
Thinking about you made me lose my mind.
You hear that kind of music, you got to flash your tits. All right. The free plug today. If you own a sword made out of a pool noodle and are in Georgetown, Texas, November 2nd and 3rd, head down to Reunion Ranch, located at 850 Country Road 255 for LARP Fest The Amassing. Whether a valiant hero or a powerful villain, participants will immerse themselves in a post-apocalyptic scenario as they act out the roles of their chosen characters. I'm surprised that the tickets... I'm surprised there's tickets, period, to be honest with you. but you don't have to dress up. I guess you can just go to watch. There's spectator passes for $24.50. Tickets can go all the way up to $300 if you want to be a main character. What the fuck? you get all right. So you can just pay to be the star of the festival.
That's what it sounds like.
I love it. All right, I'm not shitting on it. I'm sorry. $300 for anyone who wants to be a main character or attend the VIP pre-party. You know those nerds get there early, too. If this seems like something you'd want to do with your weekend, and fuck it, I have no idea why, head over to larpfest.net. Yeah. Shame on you, guy who was squatting on larpfest.com. I got a gold mine here. I'll never give it up. Head on over to larpfest.net for more information. What more information do you need? You dress up, you head on down to Georgetown, Texas, and you have the best weekend of your life. Is November 2nd and 3rd a weekend?
Yes, it is.
Oh, good. Good for them. No, that'd be fun. That's good, clean fun. I almost sent my son to a private school, and when they were giving us the tour of this private school, they're like, we do LARPing on Thursday. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to send him to public school. This is way better than this fucking nonsense. See you next week.